Hey guys, I'm Lou, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Young. I really hope I'm saying her surname right. I've researched it and everything. This book was one of my most anticipated reads of 2018, and I was lucky enough to get a ARC of this at YALC. ARC stands for Advanced Reader Copy, and it really didn't disappoint. I was so happy when I got it. I got this in the middle of my reading slump and I still managed to finish it. It did take me a while to finish, but I still finished it, and that is definitely a testament to the story that this book has. This book is a young adult fantasy with a female-female romance, and I'm just gonna read what it says because I'm really worried that I might spoil things, so that's a really good way to avoid spoilers, is just to read what it says. On the front cover it says, each year 8 beautiful girls are chosen as paper girls to serve the king. It's the highest honour they could hope for and the most demeaning. This year there's a 9th, and instead of paper she's made of fire. That's like the really quick brief synopsis that you could do in 30 seconds. On the back it has a bit more of a description. On the back it says that Leigh is a member of the paper caste, the lowest and the most persecuted class of people in Ikara. 10 years ago her mother was snatched by the royal guards and her fate remains unknown. Now the guards are back, and this time it's Leigh they're after. The girl with the golden eyes whose rumoured beauty has piqued the king's interest. Over weeks of training in the opulent but oppressive palace, Leigh and 8 other girls learn the skills and charm that befit a king's consort. There, Leigh does the unthinkable. She falls in love. Her forbidden romance becomes enmeshed with an explosive plot that threatens her world's entire way of life. Leigh, the still wide-eyed country girl at heart, must decide how far she's willing to go for justice and revenge. If that doesn't sell you, then I honestly don't know what else will. I do want to put a content warning for rape. There is rape depicted in this book, and I know some people will be uncomfortable, so hopefully that helps some people when deciding to pick this book up. Now let me talk about the plot. I love this book. I already said that I read it during my reading slump, and I read this during YALC. I got this on the first day of YALC, and I read it through the weekend. I read it probably within a week, and this was a time when I was reading nothing, but I still managed to read this book. I mean, that honestly still surprises me that I managed to finish this book because of my reading slump, but I did. This book didn't disappoint me at all. I mean, it's got the title of the most anticipated book of 2018 for me, and I feel like it met my expectations quite well. The only downside is that I'm going to have to wait even longer for a sequel because I got this in July, I finished it in August, and it comes out in November. It comes out November 6th. Chances are it's going to be at least a whole year, if not longer, for a sequel to come out, and I need the second book now. The pacing in this book is really good. The beginning, it starts off really fast paced. It's like an action movie almost. There is no baby steps. It's pretty much like a full-blown sprint. It slows down a bit in the middle, but that's because that's where the politics start to come in this world. You start to have the manipulations, the secrets, and then the ending is quite explosive, as it says in the back. The world building in this book is also excellent. There is no baby steps, but it doesn't feel like you're being thrown into the deep end either. The descriptions of the landscape were really good. It was a really good book. And if you are a fan of The Bells by Danielle Clayton, then I do really think you'll like this book. The Bells is certainly more politics and description based, while this one's more action and romance based. But if you liked the style of The Bells, then you probably will like the style of Girls of Paper and Fire as well. Now let me talk about the characters. I really liked Leigh. She only annoyed me once in the entire book, and that's really rare. Most of the time when I'm reading main characters I get really annoyed with them because they do stupid things, but Leigh I loved, I respected, and I was like, you go girl. She was a really great leading lady, and I think her actions and her feelings are very appropriate for the situation that she's in because she can't do anything. If she does do anything bad, then her family will get hurt. So she's stuck between a rock and a hard place, but she has her own thing going. I think it also does really help with the fact that I could imagine myself as Leigh. It's really hard for me to put myself in situations of main female characters, but I could with Leigh. I don't really know if that's a bad thing about my character, but like I could put myself in a situation. As I said before, the romance features a female-female relationship and I really did like it. It wasn't as developed as I wish it would be, but I think that's more because of the situation that the characters are in as opposed to the writing, and I think in the sequel or sequels the relationship will become more in depth and I really can't wait. I also want to note that like the banter in this book was really top notch and I loved seeing women working together. Overall, I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars and I really can't wait to get my hands on a final copy, and I really can't wait to see what this world has in store. I would really recommend it. I really love it. It's great. I'm so happy to have an advanced reader copy and like I'm fangirling over here. I want Natasha to come over here to the UK. She lives in France. Come over here to the UK, Natasha. Please allow me a chance to get your book signed and for me to fangirl to you in person about how much I love your book. So that was my review of Girls of Paper and Fire. I hope that you enjoyed it. Tell me down below if you are thinking of picking this book up. I would highly recommend that you do. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!